I think we go ahead and get started. Apologize for the noise, but we'll work through it. So, Coach, if you'd like to start with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah. Really excited to be home to open the MAC. It's one of three portions of how we look at our season. We look at non-conference, conference, and then postseason. And so good way to start the conference. And Ohio's a good team. I thought they had a really good game plan against us, and we did a good job of adapting as the match went on and still finding ways to win when they were taking away stuff that we want to do. And that's a sign of a good team over there. They're really feisty. They played great defense, and that's frustrating to play against. And really proud of how our team kind of kept their composure and conviction throughout the match, and glad we came out with a win.
Open up for questions.
Coach, your defense was hustling, diving for loose balls the entire game. What's it like just to have a defense that's moving like that?
Yeah, it's funny. A little inside scoop. I always joke with the players about, I call some of them grandma plays, where when they make that big dive, grandma's really proud of you, but we know you could have dug it a little simpler. But I thought tonight those were justified, so I'll give it to them. But like what I said, kind of Ohio put us in scenarios we didn't want to be in. And biggest thing is I thought our block and our back row had a lot of unity, where if we missed the block, we made some big digs and big moments. And that's kind of what changed momentum. It can shift a game. It can shift a really crucial point. And there were some big digs and big moments, and proud of our team for that.
13 blocks today as a team. Mm-hmm. What's it like to have a front line that good?
I think that we're really physical, and we should be blocking like that. And we spent a lot of time on blocking. It's the first line of defense. Everything kind of happens after that. And as the match went on, we got better and better at it. And again, that progression is really important. And it's almost to the point, which I love, where if we don't stuff someone, our players are mad about it. And sometimes I got to say, they still might have a great hit. But I love that mentality that, I can dig every ball. I can block every ball. I can get a kill on every ball. And that aggressive mentality, on defense, we still want to be on offense. And that's exactly what blocking just showed.
Alex, can you just speak about, just the end of that third set where it just kind of seemed like Ohio was hanging around, and just the ability for the team to close at the very end?
Yeah, I think that it showed a lot of maturity of our team. Maybe 2 weeks ago, we might have panicked. And that's what I'm really proud of we kind of, the conversations were about what we're going to do versus what we're not doing. And as a coach, that's what we talk about a lot in practice is, what's next? What are we ready for? What's the plan? And again, different people stepped up in different moments, and that matters on a team. And we took a step towards more trust with each other tonight. The crowd helped too, by the way. Shout out to our crowd. That totally changed the momentum.
Obviously, set two wasn't the greatest thing in the world for you guys. And obviously, MAC play is just a completely different animal. How do you guys stay focused throughout that entire, sequence just to get ready for that next set and not let that ruin the entire night for you guys?
Yeah. That's the beauty and the fall of volleyball. After a set, it's 0-0. You can totally reset a match compared to different sports. Basketball, if you're down 20 at halftime, you got to climb back, where in volleyball, you get a little bit more grace. So playing 1 point at a time and being really present in that point lets us kind of move on from those things. And, Ohio brought it to us tonight. We knew they weren't going to roll over, and we're very humbled, but I do know that, we're kind of a team that's had a lot of success in the past, and we're someone that a lot of people look forward to playing, and we want their best. And I thought Ohio really pushed us there tonight, and we're grateful for that.
Coach, this is now 8 straight years winning the MAC opener, 6 straight years winning the MAC home opener.
Good to know. Thanks for not telling me that before the game.
Can you just talk about, having that start to MAC play, but also doing it in front of fans when, the 6 straight for home as well?
Yeah, you could just tell as the match went on, the life in the building just grew and grew, and it carried our team when maybe some of those things got hard. But I think that our program has gotten to a place where we're winners, and we think that we should win every game. And when we get after a really hard non-conference, we walk in and we say, we've been battle tested, so let's go. We're ready to battle more. It's not that we went through easy and we're not unsure of ourselves. So really proud to open the MAC like that. I didn't know that stat, but that's pretty cool. And I'm glad that this year was one that we continued it.
Excuse me. Sorry. We saw you kind of make a rally at the end there. When you took that timeout in the 4th set, what was going on in the huddle? You guys talked about trying to just gain composure back, get back mentally so that you couldn't let OU run away with it.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing sometimes when we take a timeout, we just kind of take a second to come up with a game plan rather than being rushed in between points with it. So whatever rotation we're in, I communicate with Amanda and I tell the team, this is what we're going to run. This is our first option. This is our second option. Kind of just take a second, give them some conviction of, hey, they served really tough. Ohio was really good servers tonight, and give some conviction of, hey, we're going to dictate on this ball, get in system, and kind of just gives you a second to not rush through that play call, kind of like in other sports.
Any more questions? Great. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, everybody.
Setting up the defense, 13 blocks, lots of hustle plays. How do you kind of set that up before the game starts in the mentality of going into this type of game?
Yeah, I think the mentality becoming in this game specifically was just to be us. We know that what we're capable of, and we have some really great defensive coaches, and we work every day on defense, really. So it's kind of a point of pride that we know we can get these balls up. When we're simple, it's easier. But just kind of being us and knowing that, like having conviction that we can do something like this, I think that was the mentality going into the game today.
I mean, I think it made the score like 23-20 there at the end of the fourth set where you had that block. Can you just talk about that play? I think you were super excited there at the end of that play. Just can you talk about that?
Yeah, I love a good block. It's probably one of my favorite feelings of volleyball. But just kind of, I felt like I was just in go mode, and we all were, and kind of that, having a moment to kind of bring the momentum forward, get the crowd roaring, definitely helps us. We definitely boost a lot from the crowd. But yeah, I don't really remember it, but I kind of just went for it, and it happened to work out in our favor, so.
Amanda, for you, maybe, unsurprisingly, you lead the team in assists again for the game. So this many this many matches into the year, it may seem like it's old news, but there's always something that you're going to be improving on going from match to match. So regardless of whether or not you're leading the team in assists for all these matches, what are like the little things that you're doing that aren't being reflected necessarily on that stat sheet?
That's a good question. I think something that I pride myself in is my communication. Continuing to communicate with my team and kind of be that person that they can lean on. I think that that's something that you don't see. I think my defense can always get a little work on. I am a taller setter, which makes it harder for me to hit the ground, but I don't know. I never really thought about that, but good question.
We asked Coach this, and I'll ask you this, Amanda. Obviously, set 2 was not the greatest set for you guys in the world, but how do you manage to, stay composed through that and not let a set like that ruin your guys' night completely?
Yeah, we definitely talk about one point at a time. Our mentality a lot of the time is this point, like this ball, this pass, this set. So instead of kind of thinking past or future, we really focus on the present. And I think we were able to do that. We were able to kind of flush the second set and kind of go back into the third set with conviction that we know how to do this, and we did.
Amanda, Coach talked about the importance of the fans behind you guys tonight. Can you just talk about how great it is to have such a loud crowd behind you supporting you, especially to start MAC play?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I'm obsessed with our Falcon fanatics. They've really shown us a lot of support, especially over the past 2 years that I've been here. And just kind of knowing that we have the support and hearing it is two different things. And being able to use them and create energy, I think just boosts us even more and makes it so much fun.
Absolutely. Any more questions? Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.